Right. Let me clear this up a little bit, make it a little better for everybody. And then there we go. That looks more better. That looks sexy. Yeah. Well, I'm still waiting for TikTok to load here. All right. Let's see here. Loading up the chats. All right. There we go. Yes. I'm getting messages on the just waiting for some people to connect here, and we're going to go over Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin today, and we're going to go over what you could have done, right? I don't really want to be a hindsight trader, but I'm just giving some not financial advice on how you could have scalped out Bitcoin today if you were actually trading Bitcoin. So that's what we're going to go over is a Bitcoin trade today. And what we could have done if we were using the First Light Beacon to trade Bitcoin today during US session, right? We had this big dump overnight, which is cool, but we were sleeping, like, you know what I mean? Well, actually, no, this is 11. This is Thursday. This dump, okay, overnight right here, crashed out, right? Now, anybody that was in a short from last night, they're obviously happy today, but I wasn't, and I was sleeping, so I didn't pay attention to it. What could we have done today during US session, though? And this is where the First Light Beacon is going to come into play and help you get into these really baller ass trades, right? First of all, it's now patent pending. The indicator. This is not something you can get anywhere else, and it is really cool stuff. What the First Light Beacon does is it turns candles into support and resistance zones. So this right here is a 30-minute candle. That's 10:30 a.m. right here. It's starting, and you'll see it forming in the background. I'm actually going to turn off the candles real quick so you can get a better view of it. And you actually see it forming. So this is a 30-minute candle. There's a new 30-minute candle. There's a new one. There's a new one. And you'll see what it's doing as it's forming. And you can see how price is interacting with it and bouncing off. So what you could have done this morning to get into a Bitcoin trade was right there. That was your entry, and I'm going to show you why. Actually, kind of no. That wasn't my entry. My entry, that was a good entry though, but that was a really good scalp. So what we want to do is, if you're an orb trader, we're coming into the market, right? 10:30, and we're looking for our 15-minute orb, maybe even 30, just depends, but we're going to go over the 15-minute orb right here and show you how to actually get into these trades using the orb as confluence, right? So we're going to draw out the high and low of the first 15 minutes of the market. So here's 9:30 right here, right? There's that, and then here is 9:45 right here, and that is our high. So here is our 15-minute orb right there from when the market of today, which was Friday, and kind of was, look at this. I mean, this is kind of crappy choppy, right? How could we get into this trade right here? Well, if we look, we break the 15-minute orb and retest, right? This is a perfect scalp, and I want to show you. That's what this blue box is right here. There was one right here, but it was mitigated. So let's go ahead and replay that real quick. And you will see this big blue box that's here right now? This is the beginning of a new 30-minute candle. This box right here is all the unfulfilled orders from that 30-minute candle, right? So you want to trade off of this box. That is going to give you the best entry to get into trades. So let's change this to, like, say 100, because this is micro. We break our 15-minute orb down, right? But we're not rejecting any boxes right here. See this? We're not rejecting. So you wouldn't get into this short thinking that this is how you're going to tell if an orb is false or not. So here is the end cap after the break of the 15-minute orb. And we're going to look up, and price just shoves right through it. It doesn't respect it. It doesn't wick it, right? So there's no reason to be shorting this orb break. That's what a lot of orb traders are going to do. As soon as this breaks down, they're going to wait for the retest, and they're going to get into a short right here, right? Oh God, no, I messed up my orb. There we go. And we're going to get into a short right here. So they're going to go like this, right? They're going to look for, not even for that. I went too high. They're going to look for this short. Well, this box is here. So this is telling me in my own mind, hey, maybe I should short this, right? So I'm going to look for the short too, being an orb trader. I'm trading momentum and I'm trading orbs. Well, this comes down. Well, what's going to stop me from getting into a bad entry? Well, do we respect this box and draw down? It's that simple. It really is, right? So we click into it. We don't respect it at all. None. Zero, zip. We don't respect it. And it keeps pushing up forward through it, right? So sorry, I'm getting messages. Make sure it's not something important. No, not important. All right. So we don't end up taking this short, right? So we forget that. Now, what could we be doing? Well, here is another end cap from the 30-minute that's in the middle of the orb. What happens with a lot of orb trades? It'll retrace to the 50% of the orb and turn around and come back. Okay. So now I'm going, so let's see if we can short that, right? So you wait for price to come up to it, and you see what it does on the zone. Does it respect it? Does it turn around at it, right? There we go. Kind of respects it, kind of turns around, but we have this beacon line here for a reason. So what I would do is I would drop down into a 2-minute time frame and look at what my beacon line's doing, right? Is it actually respecting this old end cap? I'm drawing it back on the screen. Does the beacon line come down? Does it ever come back down? That's part of the indicator. It's this line right here. A very strong moving average type line, but it's not just a moving average. It's a lot going into it. Does this thing ever come back down? No, it stays green. It stays pushing. This is obviously not turning around inside of the 15-minute orb, right? So you wouldn't be trying to short this right here. You might actually, if you wanted to take a quick scalp, you could scalp this real quick to the top of the orb, right? Let's see if that plays out. Boom, there you go. There's your first $1,400 scalp. That was a confirmed entry right there. We dump down, we come back up. We never respect this end cap, so we don't reverse it. We come up, we don't respect this end cap, we don't reverse it. So what do we automatically assume? Oh, it's going to come up and hit the top of the orb. And look at what it did. So there's a $1,400 scalp right there. So you could have taken using this indicator. Now, what's next? Well, we've got this end cap up here. What do we know about price? Price is going to seek orders. What did I tell you these end caps are? They're unfulfilled orders. So what do you think price is going to do? Going to push up to that maybe? Maybe. I don't know. Let's find out. So if we click and let's see what the next candle does. All right, we're almost at another 30-minute end cap. And that's what you need to wait on. You want to trade off of the end caps. You don't want to be trading in the middle of garbage, right? So does it go up to it? And it does, but it doesn't actually get inside of it. Look at that. See that? So That's not, that's you're if that happens, I'm looking and look at your beacon line, it's turning red. This is a pullback. This is probably going to bull flag out and then come back up and take this out, right? So let's wait. Let's wait. We want to be trading off of these zones. We don't want to be trading right here. We don't want to be trading right here. We want to wait. This is telling you, hey, wait till I come down here. Be patient and wait, right? Let's see what it does. See if it comes back into there. It does. See that big dump into it? Now, what are we looking for? We're looking for momentum, rejection, and push back up into this zone right here. And these are just scalps that we're looking for here. You can do this on long term. You can do this on swing trading. It's the same thing. We're just doing it on smaller time frames. This is the 15-minute orb of Bitcoin at the open today, right? Now we're looking, we've already made 1,400 bucks. Now we're looking to see if this is going to reject this zone and push up into this one, right? Does it do that? Let's find out. It doesn't look like that's what's about to happen. So we're looking at our beacon line here. We're seeing that it's still red, right? Okay, it's popping back out. So that is actually a decent entry to try to get into this zone right here. Let's see if we can get it. And there it is. So now you're up 3,700 bucks trading Bitcoin today, right? Now let's see what happens. Are we going to get up into this zone right here? I don't know. I didn't trade Bitcoin today, to be honest with you. No, look at that, blowing through that zone right there. It created a new end cap. So your job is so easy that all you have to do is just wait to see what price is going to do when it comes into this zone, right? When this zone pops up, is this going to reject this like the last two? Now we were up 4,500 bucks. I restarted. If it rejects this and pushes up, it's going to this one. If it doesn't, it's coming down, right? So let's see what it does. Okay, so we're pushing it into it, right? All the people, everybody's buying right here, right? This is a bull trap. I'm showing you how to figure out if you're in a bull trap or not, right? This is your bull trap. Everybody's trapped. They're trapping the bulls, but look at what it did to this zone. And that was just there. Look at it again. Let's look at it again. This is telling you right now to do not buy this, right? This is telling you do not buy this. All the traders that are connecting to TikTok and just vanishing when they come in instantly are never going to know this. The ones that are sticking around, you're the smart people, okay? You're the smart people. This is going to, if this crashes through this, do not buy that. Do not buy it. If it doesn't do this, right, then it's not valid. It's not going up. It's not going up. This indicator is patent pending. You're not going to find it anywhere else. I promise you. Now let's see what it does on this zone. If it crashes back into the 15-minute orb, right? See this right here? We're going to be looking for sells. We're going to be looking for sells off of this zone to this zone. That's what we're going to be doing. Okay, so it kind of respected it there. Kind of crazy. I would probably back off because I don't trust it at all. Yeah, there we go. Look, we're making a lower high. We're dumping down. Look at this. That was just another bull trap. This was a bull trap. This is now a bull trap. They're trapping the bulls, right? Now let's see what it does off this zone here. We've got all these touches on it. It's been mitigated. It's weak. Okay, so we're diving through. We just crashed it out. So we're going to sell and we're going to try to take profit at that zone, right? And there it goes. It takes it. Now, what time are we at? We're at 2:40. Okay. So now we have, you got to look at what we've done. We've left the zone. We created this kind of head and shoulders, right? I don't really pay attention to head and shoulders. It just, we're failing to break the highs. So this low, right, did not do its job and break this high. So what does it have left to do? Go down. If it doesn't do its job, it's going down. Period. Now, we're down to this zone here, right? Now, what do we need to do if we're still trading? We're already up like $9,000 for the day. doing what we did. We already got 4 earlier. Now we're up 5. Do you still want to keep trading? I don't know. Maybe that's not enough money for you. I don't know. But what do you do? Well, we're going to wait and see if it's going to reject this area, right? Or come back down through it. If it comes back down through it, guess where it's going to go? You guessed, right here to this zone, right? So let's see what it does. Let's see what it does. So, okay, there's a rejection. And this is the orb. This is the bottom of the 15-minute orb too. Remember that, right? Boom, I'm buying that. That is a rejection. And what am I doing? I'm scalping to this one right here, right? There you go. Now you got $7,800. Now we have no more zones. We have nothing to play off of right now. So what does that mean? We sit on our hands, we do nothing until we have something to play off of, right? Okay, there's something. But do I want to take that inside of this orb here? Think about where we're at. Think about where we're at right now. We're inside the opening range. We're not on the edge. We're not above it. We're inside of it. Think about that before you get into these trades. Where are you? I don't know if I should take a trade right there. Probably not. See? And what does it do the rest of the day? Blah, 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 blah. See that? There you go. That's the first light beacon. That's why this thing's so powerful. What is it? Well, has anybody ever heard of anything called market profile? Or how about a TPO? Or a volume profile? Whatever. This is a formula that turns this right here, this right here, into something that makes fucking sense. Okay? That's what this does. This is the TPO, the time priced opportunity of price. Okay? For the average trader, this is what institutions use, right? This is the type of shit they use. They look at the value area high, value area low. They see where price is, and that's where price stood most of the time. And then this area right here is support, kind of like a volume profile, but this is based on time. Where was price at for the majority of time, right? Not volume, doesn't use volume. And then you have your high and your lows and your point of control. And then they use this as either support, and they see if it's going to actually create support or if it's going to cause a break of support, right? And it does. It causes a break of support, comes up, it actually does some manipulation, pushes down, and there you go. There's your price. So that's the TPO. That's what that is, right? Well, the first light beacon is using some really fun formulas to turn it into this. You guys ready for the weekly zone? Let me show you the weekly. This is a weekly candle turned into a support and resistance zone. I'm going to go to intraday. I'm going to go to weekly. You can do pre-market, New York session, London session, Asia session, US pre-market, 350 algo, etc. Here's the weekly candle turned into support and resistance right here. I'll go into a 15-minute time frame, make it easier to see it. Now you can see price either respecting it or not. This right here, if you know anything about price action, or how the market moves in waves, right? So what do you do at the beginning of the week? If you want to hold a trade all week long, what do? Well, you wait for this to form and you come up and you see this crossover right here. Well, this is a perfect opportunity to get into a long on Bitcoin right here. When it crosses up and breaks, you buy, right? And your stop loss is the bottom of that zone. See that? Now we'll let this play. And we trail, and we trail. This is the weekly candle turned into support and resistance. It obviously is slower in real time, but we trail that zone. That's what we do with this. And you just hold it, and you just hold it. And if you're lucky, you'll close out at the top, right? Trailing the zone, trailing the zone. See how it's respecting it? Oh, we got hit for 12,000 that week. Oh, poor boo-hoo, right? So you can do it like that. Sometimes you'll catch it all the way at the top, right? Like here's some right here. This one, if you did it, it didn't actually cross over. So this is Sunday. It finally crossed over on Tuesday, right? So you would have taken the trade somewhere around there. crossed over, we buy, our stop loss goes below the low, we doing this, right? And then, oh, we're trailing, sorry. So we're trailing every day or whatever, we come check it and we just see if our zone moved, whatever. So we're trailing and we're trailing, and then we're going to go into, what day is this? Thursday. We're trailing. So you're locked in. You're not losing any money, right? So now you got 21,000 locked in. Here's Thursday. Okay, we're still good. We're waiting for Friday. Friday's your close. That's when you want to close. So you're waiting for the crossover, and then you want to close on Friday. Right? So Friday, 9:15. Okay. Oh, there was the close right there. Click. All right. So you locked in 88,000 that week. Woohoo. Right? Look at that right there. See these right here, these rejections? This is the weekly candle turned into support and resistance. Now you can go into whatever you want. You can, if you want to do the same thing, but daily, you can go daily candle, right? And when you get a crossover on the daily candle right here, look at this. So 6 p.m., boom, new candle happens. You get your wave and you get a big push. Okay. Well, that means I should probably buy the Bitcoin that day, right? And here we go. There it is. Boom. What do? Well, we buy it. Yeah, on our stop loss. Oh yeah, forgot about that. We trail the zone. We trail the zone. Well, there you go. Oh, new day started. Hold on, fuck, I fucked up. All right, it's about the same price. So you would close it out before the day ended, which would be right here. So we're about the same price. So you make 47,000 that day on the Bitcoin, right? It's really that simple. It's that simple. This doesn't get any harder than that. There's a lot of strategies that you can use. You go to firstlightbeacon.com and you can actually get access to this indicator instantly onto your trading view. This is not something you can just get in trading view for free. This is a premium patent pending indicator that you have to pay for, period. And that's what it does for you. And it actually bridges the gap between institutional and retail trading. And it has a lot of features. It has contraction and expansion settings inside of it. It actually has buy and sell signals right here. I'll show you those. So when you, the main place that you want to use these is when you're in something like this. So hold on, let me show you. So you're in an end cap, and an end cap is this area right here. What that is the new candle formed, the new daily candle formed. This is all the unfulfilled orders that were left over, right? And when you click it, once you get a buy inside of it, that's when you would want to take that right there. Let's see if we get it. There's the buy. So that's when you'd want to take it, right? And then go for your profit, whatever you're going to do. And then, you know, close the sells or sell whatever. But the majority of these are really good buy and sell signals that's built into the indicator. Not everybody uses them. Some people do, some people don't. But the zones are the shit. If you're a scalper, when you scalp off these zones, you're getting in the best possible, the highest probability setup that you can get into. You can actually take a candle. So I can take this, watch this. I can take this. This is a 5-minute candle now turned into support and resistance zone right here. These are 5-minute candles turned into support and resistance. I'm going to go to another asset to make it easier to see. I'm going to go to NASDAQ. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So these are 5-minute zones, support and resistance zones. So the candle is turned into 5 minutes on a 15-second chart. And I'm going to show you scalping NASDAQ like that. I'm actually going to go to NQ. NQ, there we go. And this is how you get into those kind of scalps. So what you do is you wait for price to push like this, right? This right here is a new 5-minute candle. Look at 7 p.m. Let's not do middle of the night. That was a good example, but middle of the night's no good. We want to use some volume, right? All right, so here we go. So this is one of our scalping strategies that we use every day. So we wait for a new zone to form. It hasn't formed yet. It's going to be right here, 5 minutes. And there's labels for this, but you'll notice that this is what a new zone looks like. So a new 5-minute candle forms, right? And we get our end cap right here. That is all the leftover unfulfilled orders from the 5-minute candle breaking away, the new one, coming down and hitting it, right? So we're looking for that, and I clicked the damn play button instead of the forward button. So we're looking for that to happen right there. And then we're looking for this beacon to turn green, right? Beacon turn green. Did it turn green? Hold on. A lot of times just suppose take away the candles so you can see it, or put on hollow candles. Okay, nope, not yet. Still undecided on whether we want to take this trade, right? So there it is right there, maybe. Yep, okay. So look at our candle. So we wicked engulfing and we've rejected the zone. So we're going to buy 5 contracts, buy, and we're going to go 40 ticks, which is $1,000. There you go. And then our stop is right here. Well, we might want to go a little bit more to get more than a 1-to-1, but most of the time when you're scalping, that's what you're doing anyways. So there's your, there you go. Get into some drawdown, breaks out, and there's the win. Boom. That's our main scalping strategy. Is we're finding the best pullback area, and it's using the end caps to do that. And this shit right here will happen all the time. Here's the shorts. It's the same thing. It comes back up into it and then drops. Comes up into it and then drops, right? And we're using the beacon line to tell us. We're not using candles or price action. We're using this line right here to go in and back out of the zone. That's it. That simple. I'm saying it's easy. Saying that simplifies it. Watch. We're waiting for that line to go up and then come back down through the zone. There's your scalp. And we're going to hit 1,000 right here. And boom, there you go. That's how easy it is to scalp features when you're using this indicator. It's the First Light Beacon. You can get it from firstlightbeacon.com. I am now done. If you have any questions, you can ask on any of the social medias. You can email us at support@breakout100.com. You can join our Discord. You can do whatever it is you want to do. But there are very, very, very happy people using this indicator. We actually had today our first guy ever post here in Discord in our actually in our WAP. I put it played some high leverage crypto trades with the indicator, and very happy today. Played with some higher leverage trades today, and he made what was that? Let's see, 34% or 38% on Doge right here. Let me remove this one. There you go. There's one of them. His other one he got which I'm stoked about. It's the first crypto dude to do this. I've been waiting for someone to check shit out with crypto. He did 13% on XRP and he did 27% on Doge again. So he did like a 50% day on Doge, which looks like he did 75x leveraged. Using this indicator right here. Doing what I'm showing you how to do right now. Tomorrow at noon Eastern Standard Time, we're going to be doing a training thing on TikTok and on WAP and on Facebook and everywhere else, live streaming just like this. And we're going to be going over some of our active strategies. So tomorrow, tune in at noon Eastern Standard Time. We're doing it then so that all our UK bros can get in because it's around dinner time for them when they do that. And we're going to be going over some more in-depth strategies on how to use it.